Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd. The news headlines comes to you compliments Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
This is Network News for Tuesday, April 29, 2025. In the headlines, government and the opposition congratulate Trinidad and Tobago's Prime Minister-elect Kamla Persad-Bissessar. Gunshot victim Wellington Welch succumbs to injuries. May Day celebrations to move to St. Mark this year. Bail hearing for Ghanaian woman Lillian Bonsu delayed amid dispute over bail application. Also in the news, regionally in Guyana, autopsy reveals drowning as cause of child's death. Internationally, Canada's election outcome shaped by U.S. political influence. Plus, in the sports news, 3 Grenadian female cricketers called up for duty on Windward's squad. We'll bring you the details right after this.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave bathroom tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue, available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
From GBN, I'm Kenroy Baptiste. Less than 24 hours since the results of Trinidad and Tobago's 2025 general elections were released. Well, Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell has extended congratulations and best wishes on behalf of the government and people of Grenada to the Prime Minister-elect of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, Kamla Persad-Bissessar, leader of the United National Congress, UNC. According to Prime Minister Mitchell, this expression of democracy demonstrated by the people of Trinidad and Tobago reflects their confidence in the leadership of Persad-Bissessar. He wished her a successful term in office as he undertakes the responsibility of guiding her nation toward continued growth and development. Prime Minister Mitchell said his government is looking forward to strengthening ties with Trinidad and Tobago and deepening bonds within the Caribbean community CARICOM. Leader of the New National Party, Emmeline Pear, also issued her congratulations to the Prime Minister-elect.
I take this opportunity to extend congratulations to Prime Minister-elect Honorable Kamla Persad-Bissessar. We recognize the significance of this moment, particularly for women across the region. As we continue to see barriers being broken and leadership spaces being widened, I wish the new Prime Minister, Honorable Kamla Persad-Bissessar, and the people of Trinidad and Tobago every success as they move forward together. May this moment encourage more women to step into leadership, to serve their communities with courage and compassion, and to help shape a stronger, brighter future for all.
The Caribbean Community CARICOM extended warm congratulations to the Honorable Kamla Persad-Bissessar, leader of the United National Congress, UNC, on her resounding victory in the general elections on Monday, April 28, 2025. CARICOM also commended the people of Trinidad and Tobago for the peaceful and democratic manner in which the elections were conducted, reflecting the nation's strong commitment to democratic principles. In a release, CARICOM said the decisive outcome of the elections represented a clear mandate from the people of Trinidad and Tobago and signaled strong public support for continued progress and development. The Caribbean community said it looks forward to welcoming Prime Minister-elect Baptiste to the Conference of Heads of Government and her active participation in regional deliberations. All right, we'll have more on the outcome of Trinidad and Tobago elections later in the news. In a turn of events, Wellington Welch, affectionately known as Wello, succumbed to his injuries on Tuesday, a mere 48 hours after being shot in the head on Sunday. On Monday evening, a GoFundMe page was created to assist with overseas medical costs for Welch. Wello is described in the GoFundMe page as the spirit of St. Mark, always helpful, respectful, humble, and full of life. The description also states that he has touched many lives with his kindness and joyful spirit. The page claims Wello was trying to break up a fight on Sunday when he was shot in the head. It continued that he was on life support at the time of the page's creation, and his only chance for survival was to be flown out of Grenada for a critical craniotomy surgery, a surgical operation in which a bone flap is temporarily removed from the skull to access the brain. Welch sustained a bullet wound to his head during a shooting incident mere yards away from the Victoria police station in St. Mark on Sunday. On Tuesday, a post from the political leader, the National Executive Council, and the members of the National Democratic Congress expressed their heartfelt condolences to the family and friends of Welch, a young supporter of the NDC. According to the page, at approximately 2:50 today, he succumbed to his injuries. According to police reports, 3 other individuals also sustained injuries following the annual mountain jam in the parish. The RGPF has given assurances of a thorough investigation into the matter and urges members of the public to cooperate fully with law enforcement during this process. Anyone with information that may assist with this investigation is urged to contact the Criminal Investigation Department on 440-3921. Coming up in Network News, May Day celebrations to move to St. Mark this year. Stay with us.
Take charge of your financial journey by switching to an Own Your Own loan at Ariza Credit Union. Ariza's Own Your Own loan is as unique as you are because we know one size fits all does not fit you. With Own Your Own loan, you get unmatched benefits including lower interest rates, flexible repayment options, discounted loan and legal fees, and savings from hardware suppliers. Tailor-made options that put you in control. Switch now and step into the life you were always meant to live with Ariza's Own Your Own loan. Ariza Credit Union. Your financial freedom, your future. Call us today at 440-1759 or visit our website at arizacu.com.
Shop with confidence at Quartz. Get the lowest prices guaranteed. Get appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. If you find a lower price on any other products elsewhere, we'll match the price. Plus, we'll give you back 110% of the difference. Shop with confidence only at Quartz. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
Brenda, you ain't see Robert bringing a whole set of thing there?
Where? Bonje? What at?
Girl, a solar panel.
Solar panel?
Yes. And what a tank too.
But like Robert win a lot. Oh gosh, Val. I sure you see me.
Yeah.
You're too fast.
You may be wondering the same thing like Brenda and Val. It's no secret. I took a BFF loan from Co-op Bank. With this affordable financing, I'm able to build in a climate-friendly and energy-efficient way. The more climate resilient I build, the lower my interest rate. I'm building for the future, and my BFF Co-op Bank is helping me do just that.
Visit our website for more details. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome home.
Mobility, a common theme woven into the very fabric of human history. From ancient wanderers to modern explorers, our instinct to move, to seek something greater, and to grow has always driven us forward. Imagine a journey into pathways of boundless opportunities and endless possibilities. A collective future where the vibrant rhythms of the Caribbean, rich culture, and welcoming community create unforgettable experiences. Beyond citizenship by investment, we believe in our collective investment of time, resources, and energy that fosters innovation, creates jobs, and enriches lives, driving the growth of an entire nation. The Investment Migration Agency Grenada boasts over a decade of exceptional service and remains committed to guiding you toward global mobility and economic freedom through investment. Your journey becomes our shared story of progress and prosperity. This is an invitation to be part of something greater, something enduring. Begin your journey at imagrenada.gd. IMA Grenada. Unlock the possibilities.
Dreaming of home ownership? Republic Bank invites you to the Building Dreams Your Path to Home Ownership Mortgage Expo. Join us for an exciting day filled with resources for your home ownership journey, featuring home improvement stores, building supplies, real estate options, insurance solutions, and much more. Don't miss our insightful presentations on smart financial planning for homeowners, the legal blueprint of home ownership, a homeowner's guide to the right insurance, and the building and approval process, what you need to know. Mark your calendars for May 3rd, 2025 at the Radisson Crown Ballroom in Grand Dance from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Whether you're a first-time buyer or looking to upgrade, this is the event for you. Join us at the Building Dreams Mortgage Expo on May 3rd and take the first step towards owning your new home.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Need to install or repair your plumbing? We've got you covered. Whether you're setting up a new washing machine, replacing a leaking faucet, or fixing that pesky dripping pipe, the Plumbing Supply Store is your go-to place in Grenada. We offer a wide range of plumbing products to make both new installations and maintenance a breeze. Our shelves are stocked with top quality products including pressure and waste fittings. And if you've been struggling with blocked drains, have you heard of Melt? This powerful drain-on-blocker liquid is a game changer, designed to prevent and clear blockages, making it ideal for hairdressers dealing with clogged wash sinks. We also carry a wide selection of repair kits and replacement parts to bring new life to old plumbing fixtures. Visit us today on the Woodlands Main Road or call 444-1377 for expert advice, top-notch products, and a warm welcome. At the Supply Store, we do everything plumbing.
One venue, 3 cars, $35,000 in cash. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the big one, because on Saturday, May 3rd from 6 p.m., get set for the biggest event for 2025, the massive Cars and Cash Mega Bingo at the National Stadium. You can win 3 mint-condition cars, a Suzuki Ignis, a Suzuki Swift Sports, and a Honda Vezel Plus. But wait, that's not all. You can also win $35,000 in cash.
Whoa, is this real?
Yes, it is. 3 cars plus $35,000 in cash. Tickets are $60 for one or $100 for two. This will definitely be the event for 2025. Don't miss the massive Cars and Cash Mega Bingo. Saturday, May 3rd at the National Stadium. Brought to you by Carib. It's the way we play.
GBN presents the 2025 Maggie King of the Grill, Saturday, June 7th, Monrouge Playing Field from 11 a.m. Our partners, Maggie, the secret of great flavor, Grenada Distillers Limited, makers of Clark's Court, Grenada's #1 rum, Grenada Paper Products, makers of Cherish, Spring Soft, Hammer Bay, and Super Value Toilet Paper, and Royal, Quick and Easy, and Horizon Paper Towels, Budget Foods Inc., Classic Lighting, and Blue Bubbles PA Rental and Event Supplies. It's the 2025 Maggie King of the Grill, where flavor rules.
With just $2, you can gift yourself with a chance to win the Lotto jackpot. Now, imagine winning the national.
And also its population. Economic growth.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Building or renovating your home or business? Why not use clean, renewable energy? Install solar panels to power your home and office and see your energy costs go down and your savings go up. Using renewable solar-powered energy protects our environment, reduces our carbon footprint, and slows the devastating impact of climate change. Republic Bank can help to finance construction and renovations that make use of renewable energy. Visit any Republic Bank branch and ask about renewable energy financing options today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Rebecca Television Center Grenada is preparing to celebrate May Day 2025 with a powerful call for unity, justice and workers' rights. The rest of the details in this report.
Grenadian workers are set to celebrate May Day 2025 under the theme Defending Workers' Rights, Rebuilding Solidarity, Securing Justice and Fairness as we march forward together. May Day, also known as Labor Day, is a time dedicated to honoring workers, reflecting on decades of progress and addressing challenges still faced in the workplace. This year's celebration shifts to the streets of St. Mark, where workers and union representatives will parade from the St. Mark's Secondary School to the Alston George Park in Victoria on Thursday, May 1st. President of the Grenada Trade Union Council, Andre Lewis, says the parade will begin at 9 a.m.
We'll be going back to the St. Mark's Secondary School. That's where DJ Stunner and others will be taking it down. In Carriacou will be opposite the administrative building in Carriacou. That's opposite the police station, and they'll be marching on to the Botanical Gardens. And there they will be having their own activities. And their march is expected to start at 1 p.m. The march in Grenada is expected to start at 9 a.m.
Lewis also highlighted the judging criteria for the parade competition, noting that there will be 2 official judging points along the route.
Union will be the Grenada Public Workers Union, followed by the Commercial and Industrial Workers Union. Next, the Grenada Union of Teachers. Next, the Seamen and Waterfront Workers Union, the Bank and General Workers Union, Grenada Technical and Allied Workers Union, and the GMMIW, Grenada Maritime and Mental Intellectual Workers Union. So that's the order of the march. There will be 2 judging points. Judging point number 1 will be at Ocean Vibes opposite Jimbo's shop in Waltham. Judging point number 2 will be upstairs Sunset City Enterprise on Queen Street, Victoria. The criteria for judging: the number of workers on parade based on membership, uniformity of workers/members, number of placards highlighting workers/members and national issues, continuous momentum to arrive at the rally grounds on a timely manner, and last but not least, enthusiasm of workers throughout the parade. So these are the criteria for that May Day.
He's urging workers to show up with their placards and use the opportunity to voice their concerns and demand fairness in the workplace.
Shows there, various unions will put out their bus routes, etc. I'm sure that has been ongoing. I know the Technical Allied Workers Union has done that. We have already identified our bus routes, put that out. We have put it our ad, etc. And I'm confident that the other unions have done the very same. Right. So for shop stewards and people, other members and non-members who are interested in joining a union, if you have not heard anything, call the union secretariats.
Labor Day 2025 is expected to bring together workers from across all sectors in a unified call for justice, rights, and solidarity. Rena P. Thomas, GBN News.
The highly anticipated bail hearing for Lillian Bonsu, a Ghanaian national charged with money laundering, was postponed today following a procedural dispute in court. Details in this Nisha Paul update.
Lillian Bonsu, who has been in custody for 21 days since her arrest at the Morris Bishop International Airport on April 11th, appeared before Chief Magistrate Francine Foster for a bail hearing on Tuesday. However, the matter could not proceed after confusion arose over whether a formal bail application had been submitted when she made her first court appearance before the No. 2 Magistrates Court, presided over by Magistrate Tahira Jelano, who transferred the matter to the Chief Magistrate. While the court records reflect that bail was denied at that time, counsel for the accused, Arlie Gill, argues that the prosecutors objected to bail despite no official application having been made. The Chief Magistrate clarified that objections to bail cannot be considered unless a proper application is before the court. As a result, the magistrate requested that a written submission be made to formally correct the court record, indicating that no bail application had been filed. The case has been adjourned to May 6th, when the bail matter is expected to be addressed properly. Bonsu is reportedly a key figure in a wider regional probe into the collapse of the Creators Alliance investment scheme, which has affected investors across multiple Caribbean territories. She is alleged to have played a central role in the operation of the failed scheme. As the legal proceedings unfold, the case continues to draw attention both locally and across the region, with financial investigators and authorities closely monitoring developments. Reporting for GBN News, I am Nisha Paul.
The January 2025 Consumer Price Index, as published by the Statistics Department in the Ministry of Finance in the April 25 edition of the Government Gazette, said despite a small reduction in the inflation rate, the overall index moved from 120.18 index points in December 2024 to 120.20 index points in January 2025, representing an increase of 0.002%. An examination of the groups shows an increase of 0.24% for food and non-alcoholic beverages, an increase of 0.23% for alcoholic beverages and tobacco, an increase of 0.86% for housing, water, gas, electricity, and other fuels, an increase of 0.22% for health. This resulted in an increase for several items, including fresh vegetables by 5.46%, mineral water by 3.41%, electricity by 3.76%, cooking gas by 2.11%, rice by 2.90%, bread by 0.13%, pasta, produce by 0.11%, frozen vegetables by 0.31%, rum by 27%, and beer by 29%. Next in network news, the Fisheries Ministry developing task force to combat crime within the fishing industry. We'll be right back.
You know, one day I woke up and, you know, they painted a set of pedestrian crossing all along the streets. You know, nobody told us how to use that thing properly.
I know how.
You're serious?
Every safe, good driver knows about these things. As a driver, you have to be very attentive. You know you're coming up close to a pedestrian cross, you start slowing down immediately, looking to see if there's any pedestrian on the side getting ready to cross. If there is, you stop on the line that is a certain distance before the crosswalk. Then you would see the pedestrian put their hands out, looking directly at you, indicating that they are going to cross. And only when you have come to a complete stop, that is when they will quickly and safely cross to the other side. And then you continue happily on your journey.
Stop, look, hand out, eye contact, wait for pedestrian to cross. Then you happily continue on your journey.
This message is brought to you by this group of insurance companies, the Traffic Advisory Body, and the Traffic Department.
GRENDEC Community Partnership Initiative.
On behalf of Netball Grenada, we want to say a special thank you for the contribution made. We are certain that the contribution that had been given would be put into good use and we would bring home great results.
GRENDEC, energizing our community.
How am I supposed to finish cooking like this? I wonder if climate change is behind all these water shortages. Time to think about the future. It's really time to invest in a proper water storage tank, you know. What water tanks you guys have available?
We have 450 gallons for a family of 3, 800 gallons for a family of 5, and 1,000 gallons for a family of 7. Purchasing any of these tanks will ensure that you have enough water stored.
Don't be like me and wait until you're out of water. Be smart, be prepared, invest in a proper water storage tank today.
One venue, 3 cars, $35,000 in cash. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the big one because on Saturday, May 3rd from 6 p.m., get set for the biggest event for 2025, the massive Cars and Cash Mega Bingo. At the National Stadium, you can win 3 mint-condition cars, a Suzuki Ignis, a Suzuki Swift Sports, and a Honda Vessel Plus. But wait, that's not all. You can also win $35,000 in cash.
Whoa, is this real?
Yes, it is. 3 cars plus $35,000 in cash. Tickets are $60 for 1 or $100 for 2. This will definitely be the event for 2025. Don't miss the massive Cars and Cash Mega Bingo. Saturday, May 3rd at the National Stadium. Brought to you by Carib. It's the way we play.
It happens to all of us. Low on cash and in need of money right away. Play Instacash Monday to Sunday and there are no draws.
So what you saying? No numbers to choose from?
Nope.
And no draw sessions to wait on?
Nope.
And we can play it anytime and any day?
Yep. Including Sundays. Instacash. Ask for it by name and choose from a wide variety of games as low as $2 and win instantly. It is fast, it is easy to play, and you win cash right away. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
Are you there, okay?
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Paying is faster and easier with Flow FastPay.
Use your MasterCard or Visa and pay from anywhere. Log on to discoverflow.co/fastpay and press consumer. Select your country and enter your account number. Enter the amount to be paid and an email address. Enter your credit card information. You'll receive a payment confirmation with the transaction details, along with a receipt to your email address. It's fast, safe, and easy. Flow, keeping you connected.
Welcome back. As Trinidad and Tobago sees a major political shift with the return of Kamla Persad-Bissessar, the Caribbean region watches closely. With her historic role as the first and only woman to lead the Twin Island Republic, and now reclaiming leadership at the age of 73, questions arise about the impact of a victory, not only for Trinidad and Tobago, but also for regional partners like Grenada. To unpack the results and their broader significance, we're joined by Jewel Brown, political editor at CCN TV6 in Trinidad. Good evening, sir. Thanks for joining us.
Good evening, and thank you for having me.
What's the mood in Trinidad and Tobago this evening in the wake of the UNC win?
Well, certainly it would have been the end of what would have been a short campaign. Of course, basically how this election took place in terms of the announcement of the date and so on. You have had a Prime Minister in office, Dr. Kenroy, basically saying that he would be stepping down or bowing out of political frontline politics as it were. He would have resigned, in other words, part of his his retirement from politics. That led the way, and mind you, of course, one has to remember that this occurred when there was a vote of the PNM's parliamentary caucus, and by a difference of one vote, Mr. Stuart Young, one of the MPs, essentially that's how he would have got the prime ministership as it were. He was installed or appointed as prime minister, I believe it was on March 17th, and the next day called the general election date, April 28th, as which took place yesterday. So a very short time for a campaign, and of course the question about whether there were issues within the PNM at the time about how that transpired, whether this has been a referendum as it was against the PNM in office. Those things are being analyzed, of course, by the analysts and so on. But the mood, I think, now is just one of great expectation, given the very strong mandate that the UNC would have received from the electorate in terms of the results yesterday.
Mm-hmm. What does this expectation what is the expectation you talk about?
Well, certainly, I think in terms of campaign promises, that a number of campaign promises would have been made, as of course is part of the course when the election, a party seeking to win the support of the electorate. But certainly some of the things in terms of, let's say, the issue of no property tax or the removal of online sales tax and things of that nature, in addition to some expectation about the resumption or the starting of the operations of the refinery point of here, or certainly some element of that which was more when the PNM in government took a decision to restructure the state oil refinery, a state oil company that led to the closure of the refinery in late 2018. Also in terms of the issue of the war on crime and things of that nature. But first and foremost, I think now it's a matter of waiting for not just the swearing-in ceremonies for the new Prime Minister, who will be the new Attorney General. That's a no new Prime Minister is obviously, but certainly who will be the new Attorney General, who will be the new Minister of National Security, for example, the Finance Minister. That is something that we're still waiting to find out in terms of the date, time, but we expect that to happen certainly before the end of this week.
Mm-hmm. What does Kamla Persad Bissessa's victory tell us about the current political climate in Trinidad and Tobago? Was this a vote for change or nostalgia? Was this vote a sign of rejection of the outgoing PNM administration?
Well, it's interesting you raised that point, because I just want to read for you, because I believe it's relevant, from the Elections and Boundaries Commission in Trinidad. They would have announced this evening that the preliminary tabulation, I'm reading from the statement, the preliminary tabulation and verification of results from the parliamentary elections on the Monday, 28th and 25 have been completed with a total registered electorate of 1.15 million voters across 41 electoral districts in Trinidad and Tobago. Voter turnout was recorded at approximately 54%. Now, I would want to compare that to the statement by the ABC of the 2020 parliamentary general election, which the PNM had won in 2020, where it would have said, in terms of the voter turnout, that the number of electors exercising their right to vote amounted to just about 658,000, representing 58.08% of the total number of eligible voters. So certainly what we have seen here is a reduction in terms of the number of voters, in terms of voter turnout from 2020 to yesterday for the general election in 2025. Now, that being said, it certainly seems that those who did cast their ballots yesterday, the majority of them, certainly seemed to want something different, something new in the context of what had been the administration that had been led by the PNM from 2015 to yesterday. The PNM had a situation of 2 consecutive terms in office, which was, for a number of years, it had not happened like that. Dr. Rowley, the former Prime Minister, he was the person who led the PNM to those 2 consecutive victories. But again, the issue of how the Prime Ministership changed, that basically led to the calling of the election and so on. Issues concerning whether there was a matter of dissatisfaction among some of the members of the PNM who may not have voted or even possibly voted against their party. And then one also has to take into consideration that the UNC clearly their members who are eligible to vote, certainly they definitely would have voted in strong numbers in support of what they would have considered to be the party that they felt should be given the opportunity to govern Trinidad and Tobago for the next 5 years. So a number of factors, of course, to be dissected by the analysts and, of course, the media as well, too, as we look now to see not just, of course, what can be expected for the next 5 years, but also what will have been some of the key factors in terms of what would have led to the result. So you look at the voter turnout at approximately 54% yesterday, but I say in token, look at the result, and on the map you certainly see where the UNC certainly had a very strong showing in terms of the end result, and the PNM just did not. Now also, just as a point of note, the EBC did say that the UNC has formally requested general recounts inclusive of poll cards in the following constituencies: that's Aruca, Lopino, Malabar, Mausika, and San Fernando East. And this recounts will commence at 3 p.m. today. Just to let you know that, if I'm not mistaken, those 3 constituencies were those that reached initially from the results last night would have been won by the PNM. It's now to be seen whether the UNC may get an additional seat or 2 or 3 following those recounts.
Okay, we are on the home stretch to wrap up, so just want to ask you this, and feel free to give a brief response. While you're not speaking for the UNC, do you foresee any shifts in political discourse or regional cooperation that could affect neighboring countries like Grenada, especially through institutions like CARICOM?
I'm sorry, if you could just repeat that question, and a bit of the audio on my end.
Yes, no problem. I was saying that while you're not speaking for the UNC, do you foresee any shifts in political discourse or regional cooperation that could affect neighboring countries like Grenada, especially through institutions like CARICOM?
All right, so if I got that correctly, I think you were asking in terms of the results now and in the context of, let's say, Trinidad and Tobago's relationship with
with Grenada, for example, and neighboring islands. Given that Cam the Besesse is returning to government.
All right. Well, if I got that question correctly, certainly I think what is interesting now, of course, is that Trinidad and Tobago and the rest of CARICOM, like most of the nations in the world, are facing issues in terms of the issue of, let's say, the tariffs that are still pending, paused right now, for example. And of course, one would imagine that these would form some of the conversations when Mrs. Besesse, once she is sworn into office, and at the earliest opportunity with meetings, of course, with CARICOM heads of government, which she will now be rejoining that group. I'm sure that there will be those conversations taking place. We did have also a number of statements of congratulations, certainly by Prime Minister of Barbados, the President Chair of CARICOM, the President of Guyana, Dr. Itabali, the Prime Minister of Jamaica, and the oldest, so among those extending congratulations, and also extending the sentiment of looking forward to working with the new government, not just in terms of, let's say, bilateral issues, but certainly on regional issues, including issues regarding trade, security, climate change.
Okay, we leave it there for the time being. In fact, Jewel Brown, many are considering her political comeback as a significant step in her political career. So we, of course, continue to watch the developments in Trinidad at this time. Thank you so much, sir. Jewel Brown, political editor at CCN TV.
Well, thank you very much for having me, and have a good evening.
All the best. All right. Back here at home, the Ministry of Fisheries is holding a 2-day workshop aimed at developing a task force to combat crime within the fishing industry. More in this report.
The Ministry of Fisheries has joined forces with stakeholders to establish a task force aimed at tackling crime within the fishing industry. The initiative was officially launched on Tuesday with a 2-day workshop bringing together key stakeholders, including immigration, the Coast Guard, and health officials to develop strategies and chart a united path forward. Chief Fishery Officer Justin Rennie emphasized the importance of the initiative.
Of Grenada, it would help Grenada in formalizing the structure of the task force, so we can interrelate and we can with the regional organization. Now, Jamaica is the hub of the Caribbean Blue Justice Initiative. It's called Blue Justice. As I said, it was launched in 2018. So it would assist Grenada in strengthening the task force at a national level. But Grenada has launched its task force made up of several interagency organizations. So you have fisheries, that is the coordinator. You have customs, you have the Coast Guard, Ports Authority, health. Health is critical also.
To effectively develop the task force, Grenada is also seeking the assistance of regional and international partners. The effort comes in response to rising incidents of criminal activities at sea, often disguised as fishing operations.
And that was one of the concerns that the persons from Impact saw, that why Grenada have this amount of large activities in and out of its marine space, and none of the authorities knows about it, whether it's customs, whether whether it's Coast Guard, so that's a main problem that we have to address. So we have persons from St. Vincent, we have from Jamaica, we have from, I think, St. Lucia. They're about participating in this workshop. So it will help us to strengthen our task force, our national task force, to fight illegal crimes in fishing.
The United Nations Development Program, UNDP, is backing the initiative. UNDP representative Emma Whitboy underscored the importance of creating secure communication platforms between countries to monitor maritime activities.
You're able to actually be there to be able to assist to ensure that agencies are able to also make use of the secure digital platform that the UNDP Blue Resilience administers, which enables agencies to go online to communicate in a secure manner between themselves within Grenada and within the region, to look at vessel tracks, to understand these vessel tracks, to try and understand what this might mean in terms of vessels that are moving through not only Grenadian waters, Caribbean waters, and then possibly crossing the Atlantic and going elsewhere.
The task force is expected to play a pivotal role in enhancing security and sustainable practices within the fishing sector. After the workshop this week, the next step is to present the findings to Cabinet. Rena P. Thomas, GBN News.
We'll be back to report the sports news.
ACB Speed Start, Manage, Expand. Don't call me small. I'm dreaming big. I'm gonna have it all. ACB Speed Start, Manage, Expand. Taking on all my competition. Got the whole bank's attention. ACB, best financial solution. My business has a good reputation. Ready for success? Call us at 444-4919 or visit us at acbonline.com to learn more. Start, manage, expand your business today.
Attention all divers, snorkelers and underwater enthusiasts. Effective May 15th, 2025, all visitors to the renowned Mullinair Underwater Sculpture Park will be required to pay a small fee of US $3.50 or EC $10 per person. These fees are essential to support the ongoing maintenance and repairs of the sculptures, as well as the development of new features to ensure the park remains a world-class attraction. Payment can be made through the Grenada Tourism Authority's online payment portal, available on the Pure Grenada website, www.puregrenada.com. We thank you for your support in enhancing this extraordinary underwater product. This announcement is brought to you by the Grenada Tourism Authority and the Ministry of Tourism, dedicated to protecting and conserving Grenada's resources for the enjoyment of all.
Choose my toilet paper, made right here in the Isle of Spice. Cherish space off Harbour Bay, super value every day. The price is right and locally they're made. Support local when you purchase Cherish and other quality brands from Grenada Paper Products.
And everybody, fully 1 week. Nah, telling you. You them boss dragon. Hello. You see that? About 10, let them make a hard day, man. Me a 38 man. But you man 92. Yeah. You need the number one run, man. Oh man, what is that easy? No what? Nice. Yeah. Number one. Ah yeah, me too.
Whether sipped neat, mixed into a classic cocktail, or savored on the rocks, our rum delivers a taste that captivates and satisfies. Choose greatness. Choose Classcoat, the number one rum. Produced by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
When you need your prescription filled or you require non-prescribed medication, supplements, or all your personal needs, visit Gittins Healthcare at locations on Wall Street, Grandans, Victoria Street, Grandin, and Central Deputy Street, Wall. Gittins Healthcare aims to provide an exceptional personalized pharmacy experience. Additionally, children under 5 and adults 55 years and over will enjoy 10% discount on purchases of $20 and over on prescription medication. Stop settling for less. Visit Gittins Healthcare, where your health is our priority.
served Grenada for decades. We are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sunny Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wire and accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some more pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grand Anse, St. George. Sudden Electrical. Best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you soon.
Good evening, sporting fans. 3 Grenadians on the windward squad for the highly anticipated Cricket West Indies T20 Blaze Women's Regional Cricket Tournament set to bowl off this Thursday in St. Vincent. The 3 players are Afi Fletcher, Holly Charles and Karina Noel. The rest of the team includes Zeta James, captain, Naisha Cherry, Narissa Crafton, Ashleen Edward, Afi Fletcher, Anisha Fontaine, Amaya Gilbert and Janilia Glasgow. The tournament will take place at the historic Arnersville Stadium from May 1 to 11, featuring the region's most electrifying female talent in a high-stakes battle for T20 supremacy. Cricket fans will be treated to heart-pounding triple headers daily, with matches starting at 10 a.m., at 2:30 p.m. and at 7 p.m. The 2025 T20 Blaze comes at a pivotal moment in women's cricket, following the West Indies Women's White Ball Series with Bangladesh in January, an inspiring Super 50 tournament in February, and a heart-breaking near-miss at the ICC Women's One Day International World Cup qualifiers in Pakistan in April, where they fell agonizingly short on the net run rate. This tournament represents a chance for redemption. With high-profile White Ball Series away to England and at home against South Africa on the horizon, the T20 Blaze serves as another launch pad in the renewed pursuit of international glory. Meanwhile, preparation towards Grenada's hosting of the West Indies versus Australia Test match continues in earnest. The July 3-7 match at the National Stadium signals a return to the island as a test venue. Outside of the standard preparation of the bowling track and outfields, organisers can boast of the completion of the electronic screen at the facility. The upgrade work, once completed, will see the long-awaited installation of the stadium lights. Only recently, Chris Daring, CEO of Cricket West Indies, had commended the government of Grenada for its ongoing upgrades to the Grenada National Cricket Stadium. All right, so we can tell you too, the National Cricket Stadium can hold over 14,000 patrons. With these improvements, Grenada is reinforcing its position as a leading cricketing destination in the region, ready to welcome back international cricket at the highest level. That's the sports news for now. grim news that 11-year-old Adriana Young died by drowning was officially confirmed on Monday following an hours-long forensic autopsy at the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation, which was performed under highly charged conditions. Forensic autopsies are conducted when there is a suspicion of foul play or criminal activity with the goal of determining the manner and cause of death for legal purposes. Prior to the autopsy, Young's body was transported to Dr. Balwant Singh's hospital for a full body scan to detect any injuries that might be overlooked during the examination.
A detailed forensic autopsy carried out on the body of 11-year-old Adriana Young has found that a child died by drowning, family members were told. The autopsy went on for more than 4 hours and was conducted by 3 foreign pathologists with a local medical team and the police observing. On the completion of the autopsy, the family was briefed by the visiting pathologists as the police clashed with protesters on the outside of the Georgetown Hospital, repeatedly firing shots to disperse the large crowd. After the briefing of the family members, Adriana's father, Sir Brian Young, told reporters that the family is not satisfied with the results. And moments ago, attorney for the family, Darren Wade, explained that the family was informed that the post-mortem examination did not find any marks of violence on the child's body and also did not find any broken limbs. He said the family was informed by the doctors that their findings were consistent with a drowning. As the hours went by, crowds gathered outside the hospital demanding justice for the family as questions continued to be raised about the young girl's death at the pool of the Doubleday Hotel at Tushin on the east bank of Essequibo. Late this afternoon, in an effort to disperse the large crowd outside the hospital, the riot squad of the Guyana Police Force was called in to restore order. That decision appeared to incense the crowd, with some of them lobbying various objects at the police, who had opened fire to disperse the crowd. This evening, even with the results of the post-mortem examination being made available to the family, there are still several lingering questions surrounding the death of Adriana Young.
Thank you, Gordon Mosley. Further afield, Mark Carney's Liberal Party has won the Canadian election in a remarkable turnaround for the centre-left party. In his victory speech, Carney told supporters, and I quote, "President Trump is trying to break us so that America can own us. That will never happen," unquote. The defeated Conservative leader, who until recently was expected to become the next Prime Minister, is projected to lose his seat. The Liberal Party was well behind in the polls just 3 months ago before Carney replaced Justin Trudeau's leader, and U.S. President Donald Trump upended relations and became the defining issue of the campaign.
For the 4th straight election in 10 years, voters declared Canada Liberal country. Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney declared victory early Tuesday morning after a campaign that largely attacked a rival who wasn't even on the ballot.
We are over the shock of the American betrayal, but we should never forget the lessons. We have to look out for ourselves.
The former central banker argued that he could take on U.S. President Donald Trump and his tariff war better than the Conservative Party standard bearer, Pierre Poilievre.
Well, I would like to congratulate Prime Minister Carney on leading this minority government. We'll have plenty of opportunity to debate and disagree, but tonight we come together as Canadians.
With voters tired of Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and Liberal Party rule, Poilievre began the year ahead in polls by 25 percentage points.
I, Mark Carney.
Then Trudeau stepped down, Carney stepped up, and Trump stepped up his tariffs and vowed to make Canada the 51st American state, driving many Canadians toward the tough-talking central banker.
I want to say to Mr. Trump that we're strong. Canadians are proud. We are free. We will never be the 51st state. Ever, ever, ever.
Poilievre, by contrast, suffered from the Conservatives' ideological association with Trump's divisive politics.
This attitude, I think, is very wrong for Canada. And I believe,
we should work together, not divide the country, and I think some of his approaches was dividing the country.
We can give ourselves far more than the Americans can ever take away.
Now Carney faces high expectations that he stand up to Trump on tariffs and steer Canada through a perilous and uncertain economic future. John Hendren, Al Jazeera.
All right, a reminder of the headlines after this. A reminder of the headlines. Government and the opposition congratulate Trinidad and Tobago's Prime Minister-elect, Kamla Persad-Bissessar. Gunshot victim Wellington Welch succumbs to injuries. May Day celebrations to move to St. Mark this year. Bail hearing for Ghanaian woman Lillian Bonsu delayed amid dispute over bail application. Also in the news regionally, in Guyana, autopsy reveals drowning as cause of child's death. Internationally, Canada's election outcome shaped by U.S. political influence. Plus in the sports news, 3 Grenadian female cricketers called up for duty on Windward's squad. We wish them the very best. I'm Kenroy, Baptiste. That's all from us in the newsroom. Thank you so much for tuning in to the newscast. Take care. Good night.
You know, one day I woke up and, you know, they painted a set of pedestrian crossing all along the streets. You know, nobody told us how to use that thing properly.
I know how.
You're serious?
Every safe, good driver knows about these things. As a driver, you have to be very attentive. You know you're coming up close to a pedestrian cross, you start slowing down immediately, looking to see if there's any pedestrian on the side getting ready to cross. If there is, you stop on the line that is a certain distance before the crosswalk. Then you would see the pedestrian put their hands out, looking directly at you, indicating that they are going to cross. And only when you have come to a complete stop, that is when they will quickly and safely cross to the other side. And then you continue happily on your journey.
Stop, look, hand out, eye contact, wait for pedestrian to cross. Then you happily continue on your journey.
This message is brought to you by this group of insurance companies, the Traffic Advisory Body, and the Traffic Department.
It is important to know what your road signs and markings means. The zigzag lines means you should not park in the marked area. Parking is allowed inside the solid white lines on the edge of the road. Remember, look out for pedestrians. Pedestrians, be sure the vehicle comes to a complete stop before crossing. These tips can